My name is James Williams Jr. This is my final video until later tonight. It is currently 2:29. So I'm going to do this video, and I got this from Push Black. Daily inspiring black history just for you. Alright, they should probably know that I'm half Native American. And some of these things that they send me piss me off, and some of these things they send me, they don't. This is one of the things that is probably going to piss everyone off. And it says these racist ads will make you cringe. There's your title. You can't read it because it's in fucking orange for whatever jackass that bastard decided to point that out. Anyway, they want you to like and share it. Alright, so this says AVEC Javal SDC. Poor Blancher. This shit's in Spanish, so I can't really read it. But I'm not Spanish. But anyway, somehow or another, it's to turn black kids white, according to that little picture with the bathtub. And if you guys can read that, good luck. So I'm gonna see if this thing has it right here. This racist advertisement has existed for an incredibly long time. For so long that these racist ads seem like blatant attacks of our character rather than honest mistakes by misguided advertisers. Black people started appearing in ads in 1870, about the time when color printing was available. Ads frequently depicted black people as literally subsequent and undesirable. This got Trump's next move, and I have no idea what the relevance of this is, but if you owe less than $300,000 on your home, Congress, okay, I guess that's part of it. Alright, so it goes down to, like Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben, black people were used as trademarks to easily sell to use the products. Excuse me, this persisted throughout the Civil Rights era. In 1940, the first black ad agency, Walmart Advertisement, tried to change the tide in gaining sales for white mainstream advertisements made it harder for them to stay in business. Decades later, black advertisement maverick Tom Burrell came along and tried to fix this problem by creating his own agency in 1971, which is a few years before I was born. His number one goal was to create advertisements that show black people in a more positive light. But for all the work done to change the way black people are depicted in advertisement, advertisers still have a long way to go. The most recent Dove ad shows a black woman transforming into a white woman due to their black, what the fuck, people and consumers. I haven't seen that ad. Gonna have to find that. Well, some of the racist ads today, just like the racist ads for today's your PlayStation is white, coming Navarra, what the fuck? Recivilize yourself, and white is purity ads, laughing Kendall Jenner at the Pepsi ad, doesn't differ from the ads in the 80s. Pairs of soap, cream of wheat, Maxwell House coffee, Uncle Remus syrup. I never heard of Uncle Remus syrup. I've heard of Aunt Jemima. Maybe Uncle Remus syrup was really expensive. We've had Aunt Jemima, but now we just buy Food Line brand. And General Electric. Alright, so basically what this does is it gives you a rundown on all the negative ads that black people have been in. Alright, respectfully Push Black. I thank you for that intel. But here's my thing on that. Okay, so during the Civil Rights era, there were rarely any black people in television whatsoever. And when they were black people, they were basically white people with blackface painted on. As an actor, I have discovered that even to this day, that there are still very few black positive actors, ads, singers, etc. Now, since we recently lost Della Reese, I'm going to put that in there. In her era of starting, she made incredible stands and her due diligence never ever ended until her passing. Up until the day she died, Della Reese was still a strong fighter and pioneer for black people. Alright, so same with Eartha Kitt and other black actors and singers that I'm not going to go into. Now the reason I'm not going to go into that is because this is not what I'm making this video for. The video was made because I read this ad and Push Black sends me a lot of stuff that's pro-black. And the thing with racism, and this isn't directed at Push Black exactly, it's directed at everyone. If we don't fix racism, we never will fix racism. But no one's really trying to fix the problem because there's no diversity in American TV. I can go to Asia and there will be no diversity in Asian TV outside of the comic Asian diversity of insulting their own kind, because there's still an unsaid beef between China and Japan, between China and Tibet, between China and Mongolia, and then there's an unsaid rivalry between North Korea and South Korea. So if you're in these countries and you're making films about your culture, it's kind of hard not to depict the culture in which was destroyed by another culture of the same Asian ethnicity. I'm pretty sure that in South African TV, there's probably white actors as well as black actors. There's probably less black actors than white actors because a lot of them are probably in those militias that's going around kidnapping chicks and raping them. Now here's the thing. I'm an actor. Alright? Let's get that out of the way. I'm an actor. Proud to say I'm an actor. I'm not a working actor. Not proud to say that. But here's the thing. In my wisdom, and infinite as it may be, it starts with what we see in the screen before us. As a person of multiculturalness, I'm used to seeing white actors on TV. I'm used to seeing black actors on TV. I have no multicultural actors outside of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Now, okay, let's clarify, because Days of Our Lives is my favorite soap opera. I've been watching it since I was like in diapers. There have never really been real mixed people playing roles as mixed people. Okay, so the lady that played Theo's mom is mixed. However, you couldn't tell by looking if she was mixed in real life or not. Where, like me, you can tell that I'm mixed. Alright? But it's hard to tell when people are mixed if they don't have mixed features. So she very well could be mixed, because here's the thing. 99.9% of American-born black people are mixed. Whether they want to acknowledge it or not is a whole different ballgame. Because if you were the descendant of a slave, there's a pretty good percentage of you that have Native American in you and have white in you. Granted, most of those things were probably unconsensual sex. We call that shit rape these days. But, you know, back then, a lot of black women were being raped at gunpoint and knives to the throat. Back then, a lot of Native American women were being raped at gunpoint with knives to their throat. A lot of immigrants coming in from China were being raped with knives at their throat on the boat over. They get here and be pregnant. They came from their country as virgins, and one of the ship's captains or somebody caught them by themselves and raped them, and they just didn't say anything because they were too damn scared. They wanted to get to a better place, but on their way to a better place, they were taken advantage of. And these are things that we don't see on TV. These are things that they don't want to tell us. They don't want to tell us how America put Japanese Americans in entrapment camps, yet they're getting their restitution, yet slaves haven't gotten theirs. World War II veterans haven't gotten theirs. Vietnam, Korean, anybody from the Civil War, if they're still alive, haven't gotten theirs. Yet, not to be against Asians of any sort, Japanese who were treated wrongly during the 40s and World War II, and some of the Chinese, and even some Native Americans, because they are Asian, were treated like shit. And while we're on that, Native Americans ain't never got their restitutions. We got hunks of dirt that they call reservations, and frankly, they really don't allow them to really come off unless they assimilate into society and get no-count American jobs that can barely feed them. However, the plus side is that they have casinos. that fund money for reservations, which Donald Trump doesn't like because they don't look Native American to him. Well, Native Americans don't always look like they do on TV with some Italian guy in a feather dress running around talking, me don't speak English right. We're very intelligent, and some of us speak English very well. And my great-grandmother on my father's side spoke English very, very well. And her stories were great. But that's not the point. The point of making this is the simple fact that the ads on this thing is telling the truth. Now, I don't know about the one I showed you with the chick dipping the black kid in the water full of bleach. I guess they were saying we were exceptionally dirty, like we're just white people who, if you like scrub us hard enough, the blackness will come off. Well, you can't outdo pigment, so, you can't scrub that shit off. Now, here's the thing. If there's not enough diversity on TV, how can we fight racism? Come on, Hollywood, answer the question. Oh, I have the answer. Give me a fucking job. That's the answer. Because you know what? I am part Cherokee Indian. I am part black, and I am part white. And here's the thing. I'll never be able to play a white man. Unless you hit me up like Eddie Murphy did on Saturday Night Live with enough white pigmentalia makeup to make me look white. Can I play a white man then? Why, yes. I can even learn how to talk and stand exceptionally white. Or a black person's imitation of what a white man stands like and talks like and should act like. Here's the thing. White people are human beings. They act any damn way they want. Some of them are a little crazier than others when they go jumping off of buildings with ropes tied to their feet or do like those selfie cam things where they're hanging off the wall. God, that wall needs dusting. Anyway, black people do just as crazy shit because they want to be on the level that white people are on. And now, not understanding that that shit's never gonna happen, they still do that crazy shit anyway. Because they want to be other than what they are. And equal opportunities don't always happen for black people. And yes, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to piss off black people all around the world, especially in America. I'm going to piss off black people who understand that I'm part Cherokee. So it's not a racist statement that's going to come out my mouth, but it's going to sound racist because we have levels of black color. All right? You have the darkest of dark to the lightest of light black people. See that? Up here's my true color, down here's 9. Alright? I don't believe in long sleeve shirts. I did in the army because I didn't have a choice. But I don't believe in long sleeve shirts. Now, with these levels of color, why can't we have diversity in TV shows? Yeah, we can have a light-skinned brother, a dark-skinned brother, a brown-skinned brother, a black brother, and we can make a show with that and add white people, add Asian people, add Native American people, add Mexican people who are technically Asian people. But anyway, if you do your history, and if the guy that I used to work with is correct, there's basically only 3 species of human, which was Negroes, Caucasians, and Asians, which they deemed mongrels. Don't ask, I'm not a scientist. But technically, that is the lay of the scientific world. I personally just say that if you're human, be happy and be human. Alright, now, here's where shit gets fun. When you pick up a movie and you watch a movie, you so rarely get to see a person of mixed ethnicity as the lead, and if you do, and I'm not stabbing at The Rock, I know you guys get tired of me saying that, but that's who you see. If the person is mixed, you see The Rock. You don't see anybody else that's mixed out there doing these roles. Alright, Wesley Snipes and Ming Na did a movie called One Night Stand. They had mixed children, or children that could pass as mixed, which I thank them for that because, you're not going to have an Asian woman and a black man and have some color in that kid. The kid can have Asian eyes. He's going to have a tan, at least a little bit of pigment. Now, Asians have stronger genes than black people, so it also depends on who has the stronger genes in the gene pool, so when you have a baby, on what the baby's going to look like. Now, we have a strong Native American gene pool in our family, and we have a strong black gene pool. But if you look at my mom, clearly her dad had stronger white genes from his white side of the family, which is why my mom could pass for white, which is why I lost her, which is why I nicknamed her Premium Blend. Now, at 40 years old, losing your mom in a crowd of white people is probably not unusual if you're a white person. But it's very unusual if you're a person of color and your mom doesn't look like you skin tone wise, and you go to a place where she blends right in. I took my mom to Scottsville. I told you guys this story before, so I'm going to give you the short. I looked around. It was like I blinked and she was gone. And the whole time she was basically standing beside me, but she blended in so well with the people that I could not see her. That's the long and short. So back to what I was saying, we don't have a lot of people in Hollywood writing stories for mixed actors to get. And so when people come to you and they're like, oh, you're mixed. What are you mixed with? I'm going to make another video about that in a few seconds. But I just wanted to point that out, that, as long as we don't have diversity or diversified characters, then we're never going to have an end or a cure to racism. And the reason I put that out there with this ad is the simple fact that, there aren't a lot of positive black ads. Period. Oh, yeah. This is not a Jet magazine, but for the sake of argument in this video, it is. It's a Better Home and Gardens magazine. As you see, there's a Christmas tree, but there's not a black person at the Christmas tree. So you might get a good black person on like a Maxim or a Jet magazine or anything, even Playboy. But you don't get like that positive vibe in a lot of magazines, because a lot of magazines don't feature black people because they're not catering to you. They don't feature Native American people because they're not catering to you. Now, maybe like if you go to Asia, you might see the same stuff, because Maximum Korea is going to have Korean women on it. There might be a person of color on there that's not Korean. I don't know. But the point is that the world is full of people. Some of us mixed people do exist, and we would prefer to actually have acting roles. Thank you. I'm James Williamson. This is Comfort Happy number 2. You guys can read everything else on Push Black if you want to have more interested in the black insight. Alright? And they should give me a job too. I'm James Williamson. This is Comfort Happy number 2. Be seeing you.